This bitch is fucking crazy to say
Wait.
Go ahead.
You didn't say it right.
What?
You didn't say it
What
right.
do you mean?
You gotta say it like what's his face? Um, this bitch.
No, she's not a she's not a bitch. I'm just making a joke. Just making a joke. I'm not calling anybody names here, but it's still I'm just making a joke. But no, uh, I'm getting sick and tired of non-black people watering down what happened to black people in America by saying, "Oh, black people in other races have slaves too." So what does it matter that if you suffer that your kind suffer from slavery, even though what came from slavery what came from slavery afterwards, fucking it's kind of fucked up, We didn't have rights and shit like that. But to compare abortion, someone who's getting self-help and self-care, to remove whole nother a fetus out of them and shit like that, that's their choice. They have it in their body and they have the choice to remove it. Now, how that compared to slavery, I don't fucking know. What is the correlation between slavery and abortion? Like, how does those two fucking correlate it? One is dealt by oppression, while the other one is this fucking female self-care and shit like that. But like, yeah, it's fucked up that people do abortion shit like that, but it's her body, her choice. You can't sit here and be like, oh, people can't have abortions because the Constitution / the Bible said so. Do you know the Bible actually says that you have to sell like your kids and shit like that for cattle and everything, like trade your daughters for cattle and shit?
Yeah, that's actually a thing. And
did you know that the Bible fucking used to promote slavery back in the day when they used to have slaves out here? Like, nobody knows how fucked up. Nobody knows how fucked up or how bad it was back then for our great-great-great-grandfathers and great-great-grandmothers and shit like that. Nobody knew. But people keep watering it the fuck down like it didn't fucking exist or nothing happened after that, It was like, oh, slavery happened, the slaves were freed, oh well. No, there was more to it. We were restricted from doing a lot of shit. We're not considered, in the Constitution, slaves were not... When they made the Constitution, they didn't have slaves or black people in mind. Because back in those days, when the Constitution was written, fucking slaves wasn't considered as human beings or men. They were considered as property of white slave owners. And now, if you really want to go into detail, we could talk about the railroad shit. How Asian people used to work on the railroads and shit like that, and that was a form of slavery and everything. Because, like, if you really want to, like, be Margaret, just talk about the railroad shit, But that's besides the point. What came after was full-on hate and racism for years. That's still going on till this day. But people want to just water this shit down like, oh, y'all black people had y'all fun being all disrespected. It's our turn now. Like, what? And then water it down towards, like, debt and abortion is fucking stupid. Those are two totally different fucking things. Like, comparing debt to slavery, you should be slapped. Like, that is the worst take I've ever heard in my fucking life, and people keep on making this take.
True.
And you know what's fucked up too? I don't know who bought out the video, but there was a video a long time ago that was made, like, between the 70s and 80s, talking about why abortion is bad for white people in general. So there was a lot of conservatives who were against it because it was mostly white people getting abortion, shit like that. That's why, they want to put it inside. That's why people say, oh, it's in the Bible says you're not supposed to, like, do this and that, because anti-abortion is actually a religious thing. That's why there's so many people against abortions and shit like that, because it's always linked up to religion. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, no, religion's bad and all this other shit. No, religion is fine and everything. It's just the people who, like, make religion look bad. Because I don't know, man. I just hate the fact that people just watering down slavery, bro. Also, you're making Skittles, bro?
Wait, why you say I'm making Skittles?
I heard everything important to a bowl. It sounds like you're making some cereal.
Oh, No, I'm not making cereal.
Nah, I just thought of Skittles because I really want some Skittles. But how you feeling this, bro?
Well, you want to taste? You want to taste the rainbow?
Yes, I would love to taste the rainbow, but that's not till the next time. Pause, 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 balls. But no, go ahead,
Oh
go
my
ahead.
god! All right, all right, but like, okay, I saw like that whole thing, and I just kept, as the thing kept going on, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? What the hell? And like half the shit that they were talking about, they basically like they basically went against like their own arguments eventually on some of it. And like, here's my thing. At first I was like, hey, maybe she's saying something. No way, no way. Actually, I'm mixing it up. That's for the other topic. But as she was saying something, so I'm all like, okay, I a little bit understand what you're trying to say, because there is other forms of slavery that still goes on today. Like, you still got, sex trafficking that still exists and stuff like
Yes.
that. And you have like the whole blood. I think the blood diamond thing is still going in Africa, right? I think. I'm not like 100% sure on that, but I do remember that was a thing at one point, and everything else like that. Even um. Oh wait, there was another thing that they said, that it was something about what was it? It was something about you being it was something about like you being slaves to death, right? To like student debt or some shit, like, right? If I remember correctly.
Okay. I think so. Bro, I was so mad because I watched the podcast twice. The first time to like get a feel of what's going on. The second time to really really listen to it, and that's why I was making. That's after I finished the second time. That's why I made my comment. But continue. I'm sorry, bro. Fuck.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they said something about,
You kind
they
of
said something about you being enslaved to like your own it was some weird shit. Something about being student debt or some shit like that.
yeah. The white dude said that dumb shit. He's like, oh, we could talk about debt as a form of slavery. Like everybody has fucking debt. How's it a form of slavery? How's debt stopping you from having your rights?
Yes, that's what I was like thinking. Like, as he said some that dumb shit, I was like, wait, how is that the same as like not having? I don't fucking get it. It's
Like you can pay off debt and be just fine, but has an ex-slave back then, you could be an ex-slave and still be hung off a fucking lie.
yeah,
Just because the
exactly.
color of your skin. See, debt doesn't care about the color of your skin. Debt will always be debt. But people who are racist, people who have mindsets like that, looks at your skin and already judges you off the color of your fucking skin. So don't give me this shit that fucking X is worse than slavery. Like I hate
It's
when.
all like,
Go ahead.
actually, if you think about it, they're still technically like black slaves today. When you really think about it,
Yeah, it's called the prison
when
system.
you look at the way, yeah, I was about to say, when you look at the prison system, we still technically have black slaves. I remember like somebody broke it down around the George Floyd incident. I remember that. It was Ryan Davis. He went like on a whole explanation without talking about like F the police and Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff like that. He like broke it down pretty well in how like the whole war on drugs and all this other stuff like that was the catalyst of like putting like black people in jail and whatnot.
Yeah, it was like right after slavery and stuff like that. Like they either kept people in slavery by doing slave debts, where let's say like let's say like you stole something, right? Or like you couldn't pay for something, right?
Right,
And there was a sheriff or a deputy there, right? And they
right,
and they saw that you weren't able to pay for certain things. you have to owe the debt to the person that owns the item, and they can keep you as an actual slave. So that's how they got around a lot of slavery back then. But then they found out they could use the prison system and certain laws back then, like loitering laws and all this other shit, being in big group laws and shit, just to put black people in those kind of jails, just so they could work on the fields again. Now that's been slowly outlawed. They still do this in like a couple of red states and stuff like that, and everything, which is still, I feel, is a form of like modern day slavery nowadays. But this time they try to add, like, they try to sprinkle a little bit white and Hispanic in there, and like other races and stuff, just so it won't seem racist.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah,
everybody,
just so it won't like look suspicious.
yeah, like everybody forgets that this whole country is built on shitty ass racism. Like, as soon as the white colonists, and I know I'm gonna sound fucked up by saying this, as soon as the white colonists land on this land, it was over for everybody. Like, they drove away the Native Americans, they attacked the Hispanics, they bought in a whole nother indigenous race that's not even supposed to be here into this country, and then treat them like shit when they were worthless. So don't give me that shit that a fetus being removed from the human body is the same as fucking slavery. Be like, people need to be better.
Yeah, they were just talking out their ass at that point.
I think she said that just to get clicks.
No, that's actually how conservatives thinks though. When you really, at least like white conservatives, that's like how they actually think though. Because like when you
there are smarter conservatives. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's definitely smarter conservatives though. But like when you look at it from like the hatred aspect of where conservatives come from, yeah, they'll definitely be like that. I even knew like a few here and there that was just like that too. Like I even remember getting into like an argument with one and saying that, hey, like the Democratic Party, like I remember like one of the things he said was like the Democratic Party was like a lot more evil than the Republican Party because
says the party that fucking went full on racist against the whole native race that lived here way before white people. But continue. Fucking
yeah, he said his argument was that Jim Crow was a Democrat, and I was like, okay,
he might be right because Democrats and Republicans did a full switch back in the day.
Yeah, they did. Like I could completely understand that too. Like, oh yeah, that Jim Crow was, a Democrat and whatnot, and that was definitely like dumb as shit.
Like I think
and
it was
I can kind of understand.
Go ahead.
Huh?
I think it was like during the Reagan era. That's when like Republicans started being like, probably beforehand. I'm probably wrong. I have to go deeper because I'm not that diverse in classic or old politics, or can remember anything back in the days, unless it's like equals to like go towards like segregation and racism, because I have to learn this stuff, because I'm black. I have to actually know this stuff. I can't be like, oh, I don't know anything about that. No, I have to study, read, and know this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, that argument's kind of funny because like people who are Republicans now still want the Jim Crow laws to come back. So
I think that's like the funniest thing to me, in my opinion. It's all like, and don't get me wrong, like the Democrat Party's like a piece of shit too, though. But...
Oh no, you're 100% right, because there's those same people like, oh, you're not black if you don't vote for me, but don't do shit for black people.
I mean, if you really think about it, like, I agree with like this one comedian said, I forgot like what his name was, but he said that like a lot of white people were trying to figure out like why there's like no like black there's not that many like black Republicans and why they always vote for Democrat, and he was all like, we don't really vote for Democrat, we just vote for not Republican.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that. I was like, yeah, that sounds accurate as fuck.
Because look at all the people who are conservative and racist. It's a lot of them. Have you seen the January 6th insurrection? Bro, those are all the people that could get there at the time. There's way more than that. Way much fucking more. And it's fucking annoying too, because like, After Joe Biden's done, we probably gonna get a much more shittier president after that.
I mean, I think Joe Biden is already more than enough, like at a point where he's not even gonna get a second term. Like with all this BS happening in like a short amount of time, yeah, I don't think I can see him getting a second term.
I feel like he's not doing anything, where he's not like, I don't know, he's like more a reactive president than a non-reactive president.
Well, of course, like the president doesn't have the final things, which is
Oh no, the Supreme Court does.
thing
It's
that
always
like
the Supreme
the
Court.
average person doesn't. But at the same time, I'm still trying to figure out. And you know what? I didn't even think about this until my mom brought it up like last week. Because when we were talking about the whole, I forgot what we were exactly talking about, but abortion did come up in the topic, and she was all like, "How the hell we have like a woman vice president and the abortion thing came up out of nowhere?"
Yeah, it was the fucked up part is it was leaked and no one's and the president didn't do anything until after the bill after the bill passed or some weird shit. And then he's gonna make an emergency. Oh, I'm gonna make an emergency appeal. You should have been make that appeal even after the leak came out. So fuck out of here, Biden.
Yeah, exactly. And my thing is this: we already knew voting for him, he wasn't really going to do that much shit.
How many years Trump have?
Only voted for. We literally only voted for him because we hated Trump that much.
Yeah, because Trump fucked up. He really did fuck up. And everybody say, oh, don't say that about Trump. He didn't fuck up. No, he did. He fucked up with COVID, and now millions are dead. Like every other pandemic that every other president had to deal with, barely anybody passed away or anything like that. But when COVID dropped and the shit he was saying, bro, so many people died.
He was getting away with so much shit, and actually real for him, it was ridiculous. But at the same time, this kind of like not also brought me to a realization like way around the time where all this was actually happening. I can now understand why there was so many there was so many Germans back in the World War II era that got on Adolf Hitler's side. I can now understand that.
Well, honestly, Adolf Hitler took a book from Americans with their racism and shit like that.
Yeah, that was a thing too, though. But like, for somebody like him to do like such heinous crimes and have like a bunch of people actually be on board with that, I can now understand how that happened.
I wouldn't say Trump is a modern day Hitler. Yes, he's a fucking idiot and a terrible fucking person, but I would not say he was a modern day Hitler. Even though I'm gonna give him credit, he did clear out the swamp. Look at all the racist people that we found out that was in America.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He definitely made it. He definitely made it to like we now racist motherfuckers like that.
Yeah, like now all these racist people are revealed. We can finally put faces on these motherfuckers who want it to be white and pure out here, and that goes right back to fucking abortion law shit. Because Republicans are only against abortion because it's not in the quote unquote Constitution, but also it's not in the Constitution. So back then they weren't even thinking about abortions back then. So, like, I asked this podcast, I'm not going to say their name at all. I'm not going to give them any fucking credit because fuck them. If you can show me proof, if you can show me actual evidence and unbiased proof that slavery is worse than abortion, then I'll shut the fuck up. But until then, learn and get yourself educated. And stop coming up to black issues and watering them down. You stupid. Nope, let me not call them stupid because they do have intelligence to have their own podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm not going to belittle them, but show proof that abortion is worse than slavery. Give me that fucking proof that's unbiased. It's not no conservative fucking hit piece or anything like that. Give me proof that it is worse than fucking slavery.
Actually, show me proof without the hate too.
No, that's why I said unbiased.
I think that's like a. Yeah, because I'm all like, I think most of it is just I think most of it is just blind hate, and I'm all like, okay, show me proof of the blind hate, and I'll actually 100% listen to it.
Blind hate or blind, it's blind racism, dude. It's like when Tucker Carlson say, I don't see no color. Of course you don't see no color, so the only thing you see is white.
Fucking dumbass Tucker Carlson.
And let me not get on Ben Shapiro. That nigga can't make his girl wet. I'm about to
Oh.
fuck his girl long dick style if I ever find out who she is. I hope
He
that
only
nigga will
mad
record
'cause
it
he couldn't
too.
please his wife.
She can't complete because of him. My nigga, like, girls only have orgasms when men have orgasms. Like, that's not how sex work.
Facts.
Like, you never have her, like, squirting your bed, or she's probably just pissed on you. But no. I just hate when people just try to use, like, modern things just to water down slavery, even though they never experienced. Like, I'm gonna give that benefit of doubt. Our generation, the 3 past generations that are alive right now, are never going to experience slavery ever again. And I'm happy for that and shit like that. But we will still experience racism.
Yeah, but I'm all like, don't disrespect the people that has. And then you also got to remember, have.
And, like, babies don't get discriminated after coming out of the womb. Like, how the fuck are you going to compare about that shit, you know? Like, show me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, honestly, all these people who are anti-abortion and shit like that don't really give a fuck about the kids. Because, like, once the kid is born, they're not going to give a shit about the kid. They're like, oh, man, you know, more kids for, you know, for more military and all this other shit that we have to care about. Because America! Fucking hate it here. People are like, why didn't leave? Because I live in California. And it's Friday in California. I love that fucking Twitter, by the way.
Actually, my thing is, my response to anybody who says, like, once you leave, I'm all like, beware, though.
And I love how she said,
First
oh,
off, beware.
if this hurts your feelings, be like, your shit's not fact, so it's not hurting my feelings at all. I should post what she said in here. Yeah, just what she said, bruh. Bam.
Alright, hold on. Because I already know she said, like, some complete and utter bullshit. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me wash my hands real quick. Why aren't you scrolling down? What the hell?
Oh, yeah, update on the evil stuff, by the way.
Let's see. No right to kill another human being exists. If you can find me that right explicitly in the Constitution, I'll shut up. I'll shut up. Or you supposed to say shut up.
No, I'll shut
But
up. She meant
until
herself.
then, oh, I'll shut up. But until then, you are advocating for a woman to kill her down child. Kill he down child is no different than advocating. Oh, her own child is no different than advocating for the slave master to kill his own slave. Your moral compass is no different than a slave owner.
She's telling this to a black person.
Bruh.
Dude, she
Like,
had black people.
Actually...
She had black people on her show. I went back and watched those episodes after I made, like, the comments or whatnot. And I thought, I wonder what will happen if she asks this question to those black dudes and see how they react.
Yeah, I will be kind of curious on that too. I'm not. Cause I know she was spitting some bullshit.
And if they agree with her, that's some fucking coonery. Fuck, bro. When black people agree that abortion is worse than slavery, that's where we definitely lost the war, guys.
Oh yeah, that's most definitely. Actually, there was like a a movie that I saw like a. There was a movie that I saw like a
Uh-huh.
or a clip I saw from a movie that came. I forgot like what it was called. I have to like look through my Facebook again. But
Mhm.
it was basically like these two white dudes about it was like a discussion about like political views of like black people and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And he was all like, hey, the thing about like black people, you're able to public side that because of that's because or if you bring them to the Republican side, because then if you make them think like us and you ghetto, then they'll be wasted talent or something like that.
I
So
want
you
to
bring
ask
them to
Ro.
our side.
I want to ask Ro since he's actually intelligent fucking Republican. He doesn't follow any of this shit. Cause like he thinks like fucking taking he thinks probably taking away abortion is dumb, but I'm gonna ask him anyway probably later on how he feels about people comparing shit to slavery or conservatives comparing shit to slavery.
True. Cause like yeah, cause I'm all like not every single Republican is like dumb as fuck. Not every single conservative and not every single Republican is dumb as fuck.
It's just
It's just
those.
that the
Yeah, go ahead.
is not only the mass majority that is, it's the mass majority that has a platform that is dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it's like there's some
And making them
Republicans.
look bad.
It's some Republicans that hate what Trump was doing the whole fucking time, the whole time. But there's
Actually,
also
Trump was the reason I stopped trusting Republicans altogether. Well,
nah.
stopped trusting the Republican Party altogether.
Bush was the best thing that happened to Republicans. Bush was the best thing that happened to Republicans because when that war dropped, because he was fine, but when that war dropped, it was like, all right, boys, we gotta link up.
I think the funniest thing was like when Kanye was like being with Trump and whatnot, and George Bush made a tweet said that Kanye doesn't care about black people.
Hey yo! Hey, George Bush, even though you should have been Democrat, bro, that was the most funniest shit I've ever heard from a former president to Kanye West. Bro, you get the fucking awesome award for that shit. This dude, like, Kanye West doesn't care about black people. And then, did he tweet it to him?
Yeah, yeah, he made a public tweet and everything.
Oh man, I hope he got ratioed. I hope Kanye West got ratioed because holy fuck. Kanye West doesn't care about black people. Hey, like he's right though, because he did bury fucking Kim Kardashian. Nothing against in a relationship anything like that, but like how you gonna say some shit like that and then kick it with fucking Donald Trump, who actually doesn't care about black people? Oh shit. Oh, my head hurts. Oh fuck. Oh. Man, that's enough of my fucking rant for now.